Kanimozhi, thank you so much for joining us. To begin with, as somebody who's a parliamentary floor leader of your party, your Chief Minister, Mr. M.K. Stalin, has described you, and I quote, as the thunderous voice of Delhi. So how do you plan to represent, the voices, the aspirations of the people of Tamil Nadu in that sense in your stint? You're no stranger to Parliament, of course, but as the floor leader, you have additional responsibilities.
Actually, I'm the party leader, not the floor leader of
Yes.
Lok Sabha. Every day when either it's in the question hour or in the 0 hour, whenever the Parliament functions, of course, and in any debates, we do raise the concerns of Tamil Nadu and its people, and we fight for the rights of the states. So I think these are the most important things.
And it's been a very stormy session this time around. There's been a lot of disruption.
Yes.
There's been...
it's been mostly disruptions and then a few sessions.
Rightly put. But, at the end of the day, there are different points of view. And of course, there are serious national issues that come up. There are multiple points of view. There are, of course, issues, and putting the central government in the dock is important. But there are also some regional parties that have voiced their opinion, and it's all out there in the public domain. They say that, look here, we are not able to talk about the issues that affect us as states. How do you look at this?
See, to be fair, both are important concerns. When you want to raise something, which is of importance nationally and which affects everybody, and the government does not allow debate or discussion on it, then we have no choice but to protest. And sometimes, to be very honest, I think the government also sometimes is not prepared to discuss it, so it's easier to adjourn the parliament.
But isn't that such a waste of people's taxpayers' money? Because such valuable time, so many resources that go into parliament.
Yes, definitely. I think when the opposition parties want to raise an issue, I think any government should allow that, and there should be a discussion and a debate about it. Whatever questions are raised, I think it is the duty of the government to answer it.
Right.
So when you don't give space for that, there are so many issues which have been, given to the parliament to, have a discussion on it. And when the government refuses, after a point, the opposition doesn't have a choice. And we have to, disrupt parliament.
Right.
But of course, others, whatever is considered as smaller issues or issues of the states, that, it affects us also. As a state, it affects us, and we want to talk about things which our people are interested in. That gets lost in the process. So it's very sad on one side when so many things are there of which concerns people, and we're not able to raise it.
Absolutely. Now, we've been seeing protests on a number of issues, in Parliament. But some of the opposition parties, the TMC, the SP, for instance, have not been participating in those protests. We've also recently seen senior leaders like Mr. Lalu Prasad Yadav, Mr. Sharad Pawar, all talk about the need for a change as far as the India Alliance's leadership is concerned. Where do you stand on this?
No, our party is, we are quite happy with the way it is. But of course, when there is a consensus, when there is going to be a discussion, and if there needs to be a change, or if everybody wants to, there's a consensus with that, I don't think my leader has any issues with it. But I think we are very clear, we are with the India Alliance, and I think it is more on ideology and what is important, on secularism and issues like that.
Right.
It's not a matter of leadership.
Okay, great. Let me come to a couple of issues on Tamil Nadu's performance itself. Your state's per capita income is reported to be 56% higher than the national average, a significant contribution coming in from industries and services sectors. Sustaining this growth trajectory while balancing social equity is always the challenge. There are states which have, a high developmental index, but they don't have as much of success as far as industry is concerned. And the converse is also true. There are states which have stupendous success in industry, but they do not have the same social indicators. How do you balance this challenge?
I think right from the days of the Justice Party and this Dravidian movement, the concentration has been on social indicators improving, education for all, inclusive growth. And when you talk about education for all, we ensure that school education, reaches everybody. And we started the midday meal scheme. It was actually started, as a sample pilot project in Chennai by the Justice Party when they were in government. And later, Kamraj, when he was the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, he brought in the midday meal scheme. And of course, governments have changed, but I can say this for Tamil Nadu, that nobody has tried to stop the scheme. They've only expanded. Let it be Dr. Kalaignar when he was the Chief Minister, or Dr. MGR, or Madam Jayalalitha. Everybody has actually expanded on the midday meal scheme so that children come to schools. And Tamil Nadu has consistently worked on making sure that children come to school, finish their education, and also about ensuring that most of them go to colleges for higher education. If you look at the indicators and numbers, we are far ahead compared to, which I think Tamil Nadu's higher education enrollment is 47%, whereas the national average is only 28%. So we are far ahead because I think in the DMK government, when Dr. Kalaignar was the Chief Minister, he ensured that there are colleges in 2-tier, 3-tier cities and smaller places in districts. We ensure that there are medical colleges, government medical colleges, and also arts and science colleges in every nook and corner of the state, so that people don't have to come to larger cities like Chennai or Madurai to get a higher education. They could, because especially the girls, women, children will not be allowed to, travel that far because we are still a traditional country. So that way women got, education, and it was easier for them. They didn't have to go and spend on stay or food or anything. So children from underprivileged backgrounds also could get higher education very easily. And today the Chief Minister of Tamil Nadu, Mr. M.K. Stalin, he has brought the two schemes. One is Pudumai Pen scheme. That is 1,000 rupees to every girl who studied in a government school. When she goes to college, she's given 1,000 rupees. So that it will take care of her expenses in, academic expenses and travel expenses, whatever. So that has actually helped in improving our enrollment in colleges. Nearly 34% increase. So, and now they've started the same scheme for young boys who go into colleges also from government schools. So I think we've always concentrated on making sure that education and opportunities are there. It's an inclusive thing.
Right.
It's just not leaving anybody out. The same way when you talk about health, all the human index indicators, we've ensured that, farmers get their, whatever the benefits they need to get, or women and underprivileged children. So that is, it's been a holistic growth in Tamil Nadu. And even when you bring industries, it's not centered in one particular city or something like that. We ensure that, industries go to different parts of Tamil Nadu. So nothing, is really left behind.
Right. And of course, the midday meal scheme has been then since replicated across
Yes.
the country, across states, across geographies. And certainly, of course, that indicates its success. But one of the aspects, in terms of the long-term planning has to be about of industrialization. But Tamil Nadu happens to be one of the big borrowers. It borrows more than even bigger states like Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh. So how do you plan for long-term growth without too much of, exposure when it comes to borrowing and reducing this reliance on borrowing?
Of course, we are badly affected by GST, and now GST compensation also is becoming a big question mark. We are losing around 20,000 crores every year because the compensation might be stopped. So in a situation like that, and when you are, keen about welfare politics and schemes, then and you don't get enough support because Tamil Nadu has controlled population over the years, so we lose out a lot. So to ensure that there is infrastructure. Without infrastructure, there's no industry, and there's no actual growth, and it also has to be sustainable. I think today Tamil Nadu, is one of the top performers when it comes to sustainable development also. So when you want to ensure all this, and when you want development to be inclusive, I think we have no choice but to borrow.
Right. No, but devolution, that brings me to the next question I was about to ask you. It's something that the Chief Minister has spoken about, many of your party leaders have spoken about, that in terms of devolution to Tamil Nadu, and several of your neighboring states in the south have also raised this issue, that somehow they believe that the kind of devolution happening is a little against them. 16th Finance Commission is also seized of this matter, has sought details from various states. How do you plan to take this issue forward?
We have been raising it in Parliament when Chief Minister meets the Prime Minister and to the Finance Minister, and we've also, reached out to the Finance Commission because, to be very honest, if we give 1 rupee as taxes from our state, we get back only 28 or 29 paisa. So I think it's, not even half of what we give, we get back. So I think we are losing out just because we've performed well. Just because we've controlled population, our health indicators are better. Today we are suffering because of that. And
Right.
I think, and just because we've ensured that there is growth. No state can be punished because they did well. So that is what our Chief Minister keeps talking about, because that this is completely unfair. That what we get back in return from compared to what we give does not cover what we want to do.
Recently, we've seen the Tamil Nadu Chief Minister and even the Andhra Chief Minister raise concerns in relation to delimitation. We've seen, how they have spoken about this issue. We have seen the Home Minister Amit Shah come out and say that the southern states and their issues will be taken care of. What are the exact apprehensions that you have after the centre coming out to say that the apprehensions will be taken care of?
We are worried that our population, of course, is much less compared to, and we will be losing out on the number of representatives. When we have 39 from Tamil Nadu. And again, if population is going to become the factor which is going to decide the number of seats in Tamil Nadu, we will be losing out on it. Whereas states which did not really bother and do much about population control will be gaining. They'll have more representatives in parliament. And then over a period of time, the southern states will not matter at all in parliament. So this is a very valid concern we have. States like Kerala, Tamil Nadu and others who've control population, and when our population is not on the rise. And whereas states which have not control population and who are densely populated will be gaining, and that is not the way.
But can larger families be the solution? Because that's what's being spoken about now.
That has also been the cause of a lot of problems in the country, So we have to, you can make it a joke, but I don't think that is the solution.
Imbalance, certainly, of course, there are concerns that have been expressed. Recently, we had seen a YSRCP MP come out and demand for a parliament session to be held in the southern part of the country. He says that any state capital's assembly can be used for that. And he cites pollution in Delhi, extreme weather, so on and so forth. But he also says that it would also bring the southern states closer, as in they also have a stake as far as the governance of the country is concerned. Some are citing the cost factor, some are citing other factors, saying it's unfeasible. What is your view on this?
I don't think personally, I don't think it's a bad idea. We don't have to suffer the cold. South Indians are not used to it, but leaving that apart, I think it would be a good idea to, it could create a sense of belonging and being included also. So you could have a few sessions, in another part of the country, and you can have some here.
Right. Ma'am, let me bring you back to the performance of the India bloc when it comes to the recent elections. We have the Delhi elections coming up where the Aam Aadmi Party is fighting separately. We've seen in Haryana, Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress were supposed to have an alliance. That didn't work out. In Maharashtra, of course, we know what the result was. In Jammu and Kashmir, where India Alliance did win the election, also Congress did not do very well. You've spoken about leadership as an issue, but do you think that within the alliance itself, post what we saw in the Lok Sabha elections, there's been some kind of a downslide? And how do you look at it in the coming elections as well?
No. See, actually, I wouldn't like to comment about the equations between parties within the India Alliance. But when in one particular state, the primary two parties are within the India Alliance, when you talk about the national elections, it is a completely different narrative which we fight on. But when it comes to the state elections, then when there are two primary parties against each other, then their concerns are very different. So sometimes they cannot go together. It's like even in Kerala. In Kerala, you can't expect the Congress and the Communist Party to work together. But on a national level, they do. In Tamil Nadu, they are in alliance. Both of them are in alliance with the DMK. So I think it differs from state to state also, and according to the issues in the state and which are the primary parties in the state. Nationally, in the elections, we did much better than what the BJP expected us to do, and yes, we could have done a little better, but still, at least they can't change the constitution according to their will and fancy now.
Right.
At least that we've been able to save, which is very important. And if you talk about the coming elections, I think I have a clear picture about the Tamil Nadu elections. And I can surely tell you that the India Alliance is winning.
All right. One last question before I let you go. We've seen a lot of controversies on the comments of Udayanidhi Stalin, where he compared Sanatan to diseases. While the DMK has come out to say that this is our ideological perspective on social justice, you have the BJP which opposes the comments, saying that it is an insult to a particular religion. How would you respond to this charge coming in from the BJP?
No, I think he's explained it saying that, it is against the caste system. And, things which affect people, dividing people on the lines of caste. And that is what his statement was against. And it is not against any religion. All right.
Ms. Kanimozhi, thank you so much for joining us and answering all those questions and giving us an insight into what we can expect as far as Tamil Nadu politics is concerned. Thank you so much.
Thank you, and it was a pleasure being here.
Thank you.